Hey everybody, thank you for joining me today. So today we're going to look at our embossing powder storage. I have these containers that I got, and I want to say I probably got them from Amazon. You can sometimes get similar ones at the Dollar Tree. These spoons I actually got from Amazon, and I want to say it was over 100 of them in there, and I still have tons left. But I like to use those sometimes to pour out the embossing powder. It just depends on how big the image is. So I'm going to start by using my P-Touch by Brother, and I am going to create labels. I like to put them on the top because a lot of times when I get the clear ones. It's easy to see the different colors of the embossing powder itself, and then I just put it up on the top. And I was showing you that because I ran out of tape. So that one I just did, I wouldn't be able to use. So I'm gonna grab one. I think it's more of a 1/2 inch sized tape, and I keep them kind of off to my side here in my craft room. And when I want to do a different size, I'll just take one out. So sometimes they're full, sometimes they're not. If I can find it, because I don't think I have it where I can get to it quickly. Jennifer McGuire did a video showing how to set up your P-Touch, so that way you can do continual labels without using up too much of the actual the tape. So it's like a saver, you know what I mean? So like if you're doing your ink pads or different stuff like that, you can print out a bunch of labels at one time, and then at the very end finally say you're done, and it'll give you enough where you can cut your piece and you can trim it and place it on your items. But it's a great saver. If you don't or you haven't seen a Jennifer McGuire video, you should definitely take a look at them, because she has some great organizational tips. And I find I've learned a lot, from following her as a card maker, as a scrapbook maker. As far as the organizational stuff, I think, it's really beneficial. Okay, so here I'm just closing my lid. I put on the label SSS for Simon Says Stamp, and it's the Ultra Fine Rose Gold embossing powder. And then this one here, I believe, is the Ranger White embossing powder. And for this one, I think I just put Ranger White, I think it was. Yeah, I kept it nice and simple. So once I trimmed it down, I knew it would fit right on top and called it a day. Now, if it was the super fine or ultra fine, whatever the type of powder it is, I do like to put that on there, because sometimes depending on whether it's fine or detailed, or if it's just regular, some of them might be extra thick. You want to put that on there, because not every embossing powder is what you want to use depending on the project itself. Like if you're doing sentiments and stuff like that, you might want more of the ultra fine, because if the font is small or thin, it's going to really attach to the fine details. Make sense? So now we're doing the wow. Now this one is the taffeta, and on this one I hit OK, and then I trim it. Yeah, taffeta pink. So since it's too long, I'm gonna cut the wow to put it up above, and I'm going to put the taffeta pink at the bottom, so it'll go like that. And if you wanted to, you could put the labels on the main base of the container. I'm putting it on the top, on the lid itself, because like I said, I happen to like how that looks better. But by all means, label it where you want, where it's going to make it most convenient for you. I used to keep a lot of my embossing powders in a drawer, and I don't know if you guys are like me, but for me, if stuff is hidden, I don't use it. A lot of times I forget about it, and I'll be like, oh yeah, where did I put those embossing powders? You know what I mean? It's almost like out of sight, out of mind. But I have a shelf that sits behind me, and I always keep a whole bunch of stuff on it. But I've started putting a lot of the embossing powders that I use the most up there, so that way I can see them. And here's a close-up. You can see that rose gold is nice and dark, but it's a pink tone. Through the clear, you can see it. The same thing with the taffeta pink. You look at the shine and the sparkle. And then the Ranger white is just plain white, and that's fine. This, I'm just showing you the P-Touch that I have, the container, and then different size embossing powders. You guys definitely try it out. I think the containers are really good, especially when you have large amounts of like white or clear or black or gold. Definitely think about the benefits of using it, because it's worked for me. But if it doesn't work for you, you can always get something like a coffee filter. I've seen people use those before. So, you know, just keep that in mind. Check them out. Amy R uses the filters, and I know Jennifer McGuire uses a lot of the containers. So it's like to each his own, but they're all great ideas. So thank you guys for joining me. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and share button. And at the end, I will have links to previous organizational videos. And I thank you guys, and I hope you have a great day.